Honk.
What's up, Cobra Kai fans? Welcome back to the channel. And today, my special guest is Bo Mitchell, who played Brucks from Cobra Kai season 1 and 3. Bo, it's such a pleasure to have you back on. How's it going?
It's going well. Thanks for having me back. I was just laughing at that intro. Like that's so cool. Dude. That's hilarious too. At the end.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that was fucking. That was great.
Yeah, man. I'm always wondering if anyone's noticed the end with the honk. I mean, I think one person has said about it, but I'm so glad you noticed the intro. I appreciate that.
For sure. That's funny.
So, yeah, man. Season 3, absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
You know, I was surprised to see how things were taken with your character, and I think you know exactly what I mean. First of all, I was just so glad that you're back, because when we last spoke, obviously, I'm guessing you knew, but you couldn't reveal anything. But like, obviously, the secrecy with Cobra Kai and all the details, it's so insane. So yeah, how did it feel coming back for season 3?
Yeah, it was great, dude. I remember getting hit up to come film it. You know, I guess it is funny. There's a lot of new things to talk about because I had so much to keep in last time we talked. But yeah, we definitely got kind of hit up to film. You know, once right around the time that they were picking up, which was like fall of 2019. So yeah, we got in there and yeah, it was cool. I had no idea what was happening. I had no idea really. I just kind of showed up and just started filming. So it was fun though. I mean, it's great to see all those folks again. So I was just kind of hanging out the first day or so, kind of getting into the through like all the wardrobe and all the prep and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, just kind of hanging out, and then we went and did start training for the fight scene and stuff. And I didn't quite know how heavy it was going to be until like I kind of got into it some, like reading the script. The script kind of played it down.
Right.
And so yeah, but it was cool, man. They again working on those folks is great. Like everyone's super talented, so it was really cool to be working with all the stunt people and all the actors and everyone behind the scenes. So we had a great time. But yeah, man, it's a crazy scene. It really was like super. It was super great for, I feel like, the storyline. You know, it's like something you love to see. You see the underdog kind of like, you know, get his chance to finally come full circle. You know, and yeah, right. I think Hawk has just got a crazy character arc in general. You know, like season 3 really brought him around full circle. It's amazing.
Couldn't agree more, man. Like, I thought Hawk's development this season was pretty great, and I love the way he went from, you know, being who he was in season 1 to then being like the badass type. And yeah, that scene in particular, I mean, that honestly blew my mind, because everyone was thinking, oh, Hawk's gonna beat the hell out of Kyler. There's no one else that he really would love to beat up like that. But they misdirected us in the trailer, and we could see that Kyler was like smirking because he realized that's Eli, you know, this guy with the mohawk. And I mean, when I saw Brucks going in and I saw Hawk's face, I'm like, no, they're not gonna do what I think they're gonna do, because I just remember that scene so much. I'm like, oh my god, Brucks gets it, and I see Hawk is laying the smack on you, and I'm like, oh my god, like no. And then when he tossed you over and Chris like finish him, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even think of Brucks. Like that's dope. Like, and not the fact he got beaten up, but the fact like that it was like that misdirect.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying for sure. I mean, yeah, it was definitely heavy because you got to see all the development too. Because like they, Chris kind of like tells the kids to put down the flags and stuff, like, you know, kind of like turning off any type of adulteration that's going on, and like
Right.
takes
Yeah.
definitely takes it up a notch, and he doesn't even have to say finish him. I think Hawk just kind of went in there, as he's ready to do it. So he had that already pent up aggression, and yeah, it was a crazy for sure.
I think the great thing about that scene, like you said though, is the fact that you saw Hawk was not going to take any more of that bullying and that any of those things that he'd gone through, like as you saw in season 1. So like that development was insane.
Yeah.
With returning as Brucks, would you say was there any difference in preparation to season 3 in comparison to season 1?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, we just kind of, I definitely wanted to keep the that character up. Like I just wanted to kind of bring back exactly what I had last time. I feel like it worked really well. So I wasn't planning to, to have much change with that, and everyone kind of wanted the same. So I just kind of came in. I definitely feel like I knew what worked last time, so maybe I played that up a little more. But we didn't have a whole lot of time to dig super deep. So like I said, just kind of picked up where I left off, and then had fun with it while we were there. So it was cool. I felt like that was a good scene though for those characters, because they got to come in thinking they were kind of top of the food chain, and they definitely were not the bottom of the food chain, but definitely kind of had gotten cut down a little. So it was a great time for, I think, all the characters to gauge themselves, to understand like where they're at. So, and just big character development, man. That was a shell shock. That whole scene was, because it just changed the dynamic of the entire show. I think, it's crazy.
That whole scene in particular, like I saw the behind the scenes with how they filmed it. It was so well done. And of course you were probably rehearsing that scene with Jacob because you guys were doing a lot in that scene. What was it like working with Jacob on that scene? Because it worked pretty well and it just seemed so smooth, the fight in itself. So yeah, how was preparation with Jacob for that scene?
It wasn't anything too crazy. Like me and him are pretty good buddies. We were eating a lot of barbecue and playing a lot of Magic the Gathering the couple days before. So we kind of got in sync, and then after that you just kind of go through the motions. As far as Jacob was really busy that week too with like other choreography. So I practiced a lot with a couple of the stunt guys and got everything kind of down. And then on the day we got to practice for like an hour or so. But it's really just kind of like especially like one-on-one, it's really just like doing like a dance. So you just kind of get together and you go through your side of the steps, and work through it, and then you get going a little faster each time, and then you get super comfortable with each other and kind of know where you're gonna land and how your bodies work too, because they can come up with these things, and sometimes maybe someone's a little bigger than the stunt coordinator or something, or someone is they sometimes bring in stunt guys to kind of cover that up, but like in general too, there's some little on the fly adjustments. But yeah, it was super fun, dude. They let me go through all the stunts again, and doing that flip at the end was super fun. Like just getting tossed around was great. So I really enjoyed the stunt stuff. So that was cool to get another stunt scene, not just kind of come in and leave. So, but it'll be interesting to see where they take it. I know they got season 4 they're filming right now, so I don't know. I definitely can't say much about it as usual, but
for sure. I mean, I don't expect you to say anything about it because that's just something else, right? And you don't want you getting in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, I mean, I love the fact the scene with you and Hawk, because that specific scene, I feel like the fact it was the best friend of Kyler was a real big statement, because Kyler and you, like Brucks and Kyler, no one picks on them; they pick on people. And for the first time, I feel like Brucks probably had his comeuppance, and I'm really curious. Some people, it's actually insane, but some subscribers of mine, fans, and loads of people in the Cobra Kai fandom believe that Brucks is dead, but you're clearly alive. You can just about hear you at the end, like you can hear that you're like in pain. Do you think that Brucks is going to be out for blood, like after this whole fight? Because, like, how do you think he feels about this?
I have no idea, man. I don't know. We kind of threw some ideas around that when I was there for season 3 about kind of the future, and they, the directors and writers didn't quite have an idea in place yet, so they were definitely mulling around with it. But I know for now that it is kind of that character's arc. I think it's kind of put on pause, so we'll see where we go. Though, I mean, I think there's a lot to do as far as like character developments and all, and just so there's so many people involved and there's lots going on. So I think that they're definitely kind of playing with levels. So we'll see where we are in the next year or so once season 4 drops, and hopefully season 5 gets picked up and we can do some more stuff.
Yeah. I just hope this season. I just hope Cobra Kai lasts as long as possible. I mean, I know shows lose their spark, after like the 6th season, and things can start going down. But I feel really positive.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say what you're saying. It can get hard to keep up the good work after a while and just kind of keep things original. And I those guys, they're all super talented, so they've done really good thus far. So. I don't know, man. It's a great show. Everyone I talk to about it loves it. All different ages. Excuse me. Whew. Yeah, all different ages and like walks of life. Like everyone enjoys watching it. It's really interesting to have that.
I mean, I think that's the thing about Cobra Kai. It's like one of those shows, like it appeals to everyone. And as you were saying in the previous interview, you grew up with Karate Kid. It's crazy that some of the cast members have not even, like the younger cast members, of course, haven't watched the original film, and they grew up with the reboot. And I was like, that blew my mind, knowing that they didn't realize what they were coming into. But like you said, like you grew up with Karate Kid, and like being a part of this whole universe, it's insane. What was do you have like a favorite moment from season 3 in particular?
I guess like season 3, the whole season. I don't know, man. It's hard. I think it definitely. I really do like the scene that I was in, and that sounds kind of narcissistic, but I think like just to kind of lay that out so it doesn't sound that bad. Is I like to watch a lot. I like to watch a lot of anime, and so anime is like the main character has a scene like that. It's a huge deal in the storyline, and so Hawk getting that type of a scene where he kind of gets to come full circle and then evolve out of that as well as character. That's really cool. That's just really cool to give fans that. I also think that's a super smart move because the way they structured it, giving the flashbacks and all, I think it hit really hard with a younger generation of people that like other shows like that. I feel like a lot of kids that watch Cobra Kai love anime. I see a lot of fans with anime avatars, more fans of anime avatars than fans with their photo or whatever they want to put. So yeah, it's definitely a cool scene to me in general. But I don't know. I think I have to say my favorite scene is, I'm probably going to be preaching the choir, but that fight scene at LaRusso's house is just astonishing. In the one shot they did, where they kind of walk through the entire house and everything's choreographed perfectly. It is just absolutely mind blowing. I think I rewatched it a couple times, just trying to just kind of grasp it all. It's just in the moment. I was like, wait a minute, hang on, rewind. When did it start? Because sometimes they catch you off guard. And you're like, wait, how long has it been? Just one shot and just stuff like that. I was just like kind of in awe at that scene. It was absolutely amazing. So I don't know, man. That scene's awesome. So I'd have to say that's probably up there as well.
I was speaking to Joe a few weeks ago, and he was saying about the process of finale. You know, it's just insane. He was saying there was a moment off screen where him and Sherlock have to pick up a table, and then they get ready for the next scene. And I mean, the preparation. I mean, all these one shot like sequences that we've seen in Cobra Kai, they just get better and better. Like the one at the school fight in season 2 was insane. And then this one in the LaRusso house in season 3, it's insane. I feel that the big props to Janelle and Hiro, because they, you know, to get this haul going and everything, it's insane. I don't know if you actually heard, but Janelle and Hiro, I don't think they're returning for season 4, so it's quite insane, right? Like they've been with Cobra Kai since day one, and they're not going to be returning. Just wanted your thoughts on like what it was like working with like Hiro and Janelle on the scenes.
Yeah, I think it was awesome getting to work with them. Like I definitely loved working with them on those scenes. They were super talented. I've worked with some stunt people before, but you know, working with people with martial arts backgrounds is way different, and it made it a lot more special because I felt like a lot of the moves had meaning, you know? But, you know, sometimes you're just in a fight scene and it's like, oh, yeah, throw a punch here. And, you know, sometimes people have that background, but not all the time. So, yeah, that's definitely interesting, man. Just see how it goes. I'm sure they're going to find someone awesome that they trust with it to make cool decisions. So I'm interested to see how it goes. But excuse me, you know, 8 a.m. over here is really getting to me. But yeah, I think it was great, man. I was stoked. I was just stoked to kind of be working with them in general, just because they're just super talented. They have a really, really great legacy, and I'm particularly just a fan of Hiro because I'm a nerd, and so I just like love the fact that he used to be the Green Power Ranger, and just like he's worked with so many legends and stuff, so it's really cool. But I don't know, man. Yeah, that was, you know, it was a great time all in all. So, but I'm sure everything will be interesting moving forward as well. So I'm excited to see how it goes.
I feel the combat in Cobra Kai just keeps leveling up. Like, I mean, I'm so curious what they're going to do in season 4, because, you know, they always build on what they've already done. And after the school fight, I was like, how are they going to build on that? Like, that was an insane moment. And then obviously we see the fights with Johnny and Daniel and all the team up. And that finale scene, the whole sequence in the dojo and then the LaRusso household, it was nuts. Like, what would you say was... would you say that the finale in season 3 was probably the best fight sequence in Cobra Kai?
Yeah, I definitely think it is probably the best fight sequence. I mean, just as far as like everything was just super like intricate, and then they were like actually hurting each other, you know, like it was like legit, like it was legit fighting. Like, you know, I feel like if you look at the scene that I was in season 1 where they're in that cafeteria, they're fighting all, but no one's really getting their butt whooped. Like season 3, it was like, you know, in real life, if those people were getting hit like that, they were getting hurt, you know? So that adds a level to it. It's a lot heavier, you know, of fighting, harsh fighting. So, yeah, I think that's definitely probably the top dog fight scene as of right now. I mean, I loved excuse me. I love the fight scene at the chop shop. Was really cool though. I can't really let that go without being said. You know, that fight scene was great. I know they used 3 cameras for that, and that's a lot of work when everyone's in. And I like how real it was because they, you know, the kids are not really using any crazy weapons. You know, and that would be kind of weird to give them a real weapon. I think I like what they've done. They've kept it like hand to hand, or if they used weapons, it's very martial arts type weapons like nunchucks and bow staffs. But at the chop shop, you know, it was an adult fight. They had chains and bars and real weapons that are murderous. So that was kind of cool to get that danger aspect,
Right.
and see. And then on top of that, just the heaviness of seeing Daniel and Johnny fight together. I mean, it's just like that's some like dream material, for a lot of people. I feel like, it's like if you got to see like Darth Vader and Yoda go like, team, it's like so heavy, It's like it's in this world that's kind of who they are, right? You got your
Yeah.
arcs of good and evil like banding together. So yeah, man, great scene in general, just awesome.
I love that comparison, Yoda and Darth Vader. Like, that would be such a. I'm just imagining that Darth Vader and Yoda would be badass. Like, one thing to touch on as well. It's, I mean, that fight scene. I absolutely love the fact that they're both together and they're teaming up now, especially after all the history they've had. That was a full circle moment for sure. And I think that blew my mind before the scene with Brucks and Hawk fighting, and of course when we get to the finale. I just generally think the chemistry between Johnny and Daniel is coming. But yeah, it must have been such an insane moment for Karate Kid fans as well as yourself, because seeing them on screen back in the 80s, they were like, it was a completely different thing, and now we're here in the third season of Cobra Kai, and they're finally teaming up. They're working together, although things aren't exactly perfect between them. Do you think they will really come to terms, as we saw at the end of season 3, that cliffhanger? Did you see that coming with them teaming up, or did you think that was like a surprise?
No, I kind of knew that was going to happen at some point. Just me being a fan, like I felt like it had to happen at some point. But I also don't know how long. This is me, just fan speculation. I don't know how long it will actually kind of live. I feel like they are both such polar opposites, and it gets called out, of course, obviously. And I don't know, as they grow up as adults, maybe they start to maybe they'll learn. But as of right now, I think that the only reason they're really kind of together is because they have a large amount of common goals. Like they obviously both hate Cobra Kai now, and they both hate Kreese, and they both love Robbie. So that's like a lot of common goals right now to kind of create a perfect reasons to band together. So I don't know, man. It's I don't know how long it will last. It'd be cool to see it, go on forever, but I think that it's very fragile right now. And if they didn't have those common goals, or something easily could flare up and change that. But we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, that was another great fight scene. Them and Kreese in the dojo is crazy. They got very real.
I mean, I think that the moment there was plenty of shocking moments in season 3. I feel like it's getting progressively darker each season. You had Miguel's arc with his recovery, then that whole moment with Hawk, and there was a bunch of other things. But what would you say was in general, like with season 3, you had a lot of the legacy characters return. What were your thoughts on seeing Chosen, Kamiko, and Ali?
Dude, I thought going back to Japan was great. I don't know. Yeah, I loved it. It was awesome. That whole arc was great. Them being there and Daniel being there, and Daniel kind of getting to learn some new techniques. I don't know. That was awesome. So I really appreciate they did that. I think that was like super tasteful. And I'm really glad that. Yeah, it was very wholesome, and so I really appreciated that. Yeah, that was great. It was cool to see them. Definitely heavy. Again, you got like these characters, like like they were like when in the film when they went to Japan, it was like very fight to the death type of situation. Like so to have them come together now as adults and be able to kind of just spar and not, have grown. It was really cool to see that. So
For sure. In any of your scenes in season 3, was there like any improv, or was everything kind of just to the script?
in season 3 there wasn't much room for me to do anything crazy. Just like kind of had some fun with it. I mean, a lot of it was just banter. It was really just, they had some placeholders for the script, and then when I got there, they just kind of had me and Kyler just kind of do just banter for like, back and forth when we were in that dojo. So a lot of my stuff was kind of just, I guess, improv, but at the same time, just a lot of just catchphrases a little bit, just kind of just saying stuff in the background, like, like, oh yeah, like, or something like that. I went and I did do a lot of wild lines. We did some studio stuff, so like voice recording for that, and to get like some background noise in there and all. But yeah, it wasn't anything too crazy. I know that yeah, it was pretty mellow. The scene where we kind of approached Hawk and talked about his like cleft lip and stuff. That was again kind of loose. It was us just basically we just need to kind of relive what we did in the first season. Kind of reiterate where we were and where he is, so that it gives you a good contrast. Like, obviously Colin and Brucks had no idea of the transformation Hawk's been through, so to them he just changed his hairstyle. He's still like a nerd, so we had to like make sure that was put across, so that people are like in their houses sitting and being like, oh no, they're scared for us now. They know what Hawk's been through. So that type of, but yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I love the banter between Brucks and Hawk. I mean, Brucks and Kyler. Just excuse me. Generally, just I mean, I remember in season 1. At first, I was like, "Oh, these guys are definitely bullies." But rewatching it, I found it hysterical. Just the way you guys speak, and then you put on that like that bully voice, and you're like, I remember when Kyler punches Miguel. You're like, Brucks. It's like, I love the way you did that. Yeah, what was like how did you teach yourself how to sound like that? Was that again like a thing you had to really learn, or was it kind of just in the script you had to sound like you're being like a bully? Like,
I guess a lot of that stuff is just kind of just, I don't know, encountering a lot of random people growing up, I guess, and just having things to reference. I don't know. I mean, so I know we talked about this last time. Some of the vernacular I used was like stuff from skateboarding world, and just things that are kind of hip and funny. But then the voice stuff was just kind of me just I know, number one, I was trying to not have my southern accent come out, so that was like one part where I was trying to avoid that somewhat. And then after that, it was just me kind of trying to sound like I don't know, just I think it was going for like just California and just jockey, and then just trying to reference like some like silly people I've maybe encountered in my life that I thought didn't necessarily think they were like assholes, but just kind of thought they were oblivious to things, or something like that. This would be how they would act. And so, but just a lot of this stuff is just me kind of recollecting things I've seen or heard, and then just reiterating it, I guess. So, or just kind of taking pieces from a couple different things and then putting it together and making like a character out of it, or a voice, or a vernacular. So, but yeah, dude, it was definitely definitely fun to get to kind of bring that out and explore it. So, and then getting to do it again, like I said, it's just kind of like turning it back on. Like, we didn't do much different. It's just playing it back out for season 3. So
playing this type of role is very different, I guess, from what you probably usually do. And I remember Joe was telling me as well, like, it was very new for him to play this, and he really appreciated the fact he was playing something that was different, and it was hella fun. How did you feel about at first when you were initially pitched the character that you were playing and just the fact you were going to be a bully? How did that come across to you?
Yeah, I feel like I get asked to do that type of stuff often, actually. A lot of bully roles come my way. So I just like ended up having them. Yeah, I didn't have much of a different interaction. So like when I shot the audition and stuff, I just kind of had fun with it, and had played a character in the audition very similar to the one you see on screen, and then so yeah, it was kind of normal, I guess. I don't know. I've been playing bullies for a long time because when I was younger too, I was always bigger than most kids my age. So I would normally get casted as the bully because I was a big kid, and just like, yeah. So I feel like I've kind of got that skill set down, I guess. It wasn't that big of a difference to me. It's always kind of fun, and knowing the ins and outs of it, you can play with it more. But yeah, nothing too crazy, honestly.
Right. Yeah, because you played it really naturally, and with Joe as well. I just thought you guys. I mean, it could have gone either way, but you guys you're so natural to you, and obviously you're not bullies in real life. This isn't something you do on a usual basis. But like you said, you play a lot of roles like this. But what kind of roles? Like, is there any other types of roles that you really want to try that you haven't really done yet, apart from playing like a bully type of role?
I don't know. Well, to kind of mention what you were saying too, I think Kyler's bully is different. Is a lot different from my bully type of bully character. So I think that was really cool. We had a good dynamic in that sense because his character is just like really tough and also really just kind of snide,
Yeah.
And then I have like a kind of like, I feel like I come in with a type of like silly, like kind of like, oaf, like big dumb type of bully vibe. So it's just like not quite as mean at the core, but just like, yeah. So I think when they're together, they create a good dynamic. So I think that naturally happened. Which was really cool. We didn't plan that. It just kind of got lucky, and that we both were playing these opposites that worked out together, So anyway, yeah, that was cool. That was great. I think that worked out really well in everyone's favor. But yeah, as far as my, roles I'd like to play, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think I definitely think as an adult now, I'd love to get to play some more like comedic roles. Like played a lot of comedic roles when I was a kid, but I always had like it was more of like a relief type of thing where I had even Cobra Kai. I do like I feel like I have some comedic relief plays, but like it's really like like in that aspect it's only a part of your character. So I'd love to kind of play like a character where it's like that's just the whole time, like like someone out of like Superbad or something, like a movie like that where you're just you and it's you and a couple other characters and you guys are just or like The Hangover, it's like stuff like that.
That's the first thing I literally thought.
Playing with those people would be so fun, dude. It'd be so fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have like a all-time favorite comedy film? Because I have a good list, but it's so hard to list it all, like 1 to 5. But yeah, what would you say is your favorite film or favorite comedy films?
I'm so bad with this stuff because I just feel like I feel like in casual talk I can come up with these things, but then when I'm on the spot I can't. I don't know. Let me hear your list. Maybe give me some inspo.
I definitely, but I'm not gonna list them in like order because that's just too much. I just don't know how to order it. But
you got?
I mean, I'm a big fan of Borat. I mean, I'm pretty sure you watched that. I think that is hilarious. The new one was good as well.
Is that huge over there though? Because like that's.
Oh yeah, I mean,
everyone loves
the
Borat.
actor. You probably know, but the actor Sacha Baron Cohen, he's from England, so he's huge here. People love him. A lot of people like the film and really like him as an actor. I'd say Borat. The Hangover would probably have to go there. Rush Hour as well, because that trilogy gets me so much. And then, I mean, you've seen the interview with Franco and Rogan, right?
Yeah, that one got the whole world in trouble. That was great. That's legendary. He got hacked and everything. God, dog, yeah, that's amazing.
I literally, I think it got banned in Korea because obviously Kim was not going to have any of that, and I just
No,
think, man, that they actually pulled that off with
dude,
the film.
from airing,
Um,
did they air in the theater there? Because they didn't air in the theater here.
really, I thought because it's an American film, I thought it would be in the theater over
No,
there.
it got pulled. Like literally, it was huge, big deal, you know. And some people thought we were gonna get like nuked on the premiere date. Well, I guess
Oh, no.
around, and then what ends up happening is like a couple days before, Sony gets hacked, and they attribute it to people from someone from Korea probably is the one that did this, and so they were like, all right, we can't, and so they just dropped it on. I think at first it just got dropped on YouTube, like very bootleggy, and then ultimately Netflix picked it up. But yeah, dude, that was a wild one. That's great though. It's very, very just stoner comedy, just so outrageous and stupid. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I just feel like those kind of films like pull me in the most. Like, yeah, Borat, The Interview. They just, I love that type of humor because it's like, there's a lot of people who might get offended, but I just think it's hysterical because it doesn't take itself seriously, just like maybe how Johnny does. He says he does a lot of things, doesn't realize he's coming across as hilarious.
yeah. It
Even like,
being super controversial and like playing it off, and that's kind of how it turns into funny because it's innocent, like it's not hateful, and there's like you gotta walk, and when you do it right, it's amazing. They definitely did it here, and then yeah, so that I agree.
I'd probably say another film. This is hard. I mean, Bad Neighbors was a film I really liked. I do feel like there's probably better films. Can't really think off the top of my head. But those four films I pretty much said about, I feel like they're the films that really get me.
Rush Hour is definitely a greatest of all time type of film. I feel like that was huge. Culturally too. I don't know. That was just crazy. I think that was a great movie. And yeah, I've seen that. I feel like now it's getting a little older. I feel like I was talking to a couple people the other day and I'd never seen it. And I was thinking I was making a joke. I think I was referencing Rush Hour in a group chat or something. No, they hadn't seen it. So that really kind of broke my heart. But
oh my god, nah. How?
good one. So I don't know though. There's a lot of good ones out there. I'm trying to think of stuff that's in the theaters really made me just kind of laugh uncontrollably. I know Hangover was solid. I love all the Jackasses. I think the Jackasses are actually really funny.
I can't forget that. That's like all skateboarding world as well. Can't forget that.
Yeah, people think Hurt is just funny in general for some reason. There's probably an issue there with me personally, but I don't know. All the Jackass stuff is hilarious. Dude, I know there's so much good, funny stuff that comes out. I'm trying to think of what I saw that was like really funny. And I watched some stand-up the other day. I've been watching a lot of stand-up recently. Stand-up's obviously funny, but you get so
have you watched Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, definitely watch a lot of Dave Chappelle. He's probably one of the best ever.
Yeah, defo.
That's great.
I think that's the kind of stand-up I like. There are a lot of good comedians here. I don't know if you know any UK comedians. I don't know how big they are in the States. I think Michael McIntyre is well known in the States. Jimmy Carr. There's quite a few, but I mean, you may have not heard of them. I mean, Andrew Schultz, I think he's called. He's someone I've recently been watching. Dude, he's hilarious. Like,
dude, yeah. If you want to talk about that, yeah, I think that I watched. I think the other night, Tiffany Haddish has a Netflix special, and 2 seasons now, and it's called They Ready. And the second season has this guy Tony Woods that's like was a mentor to Dave Chappelle, and his like 30-minute skit was just absolutely it floored me. Like I started laughing within the first minute he was on stage just because of like the way he carried himself. It was daunting. Like once I watched him talk for a minute, literally a minute, and I just got scared. Like this guy is gonna make me like pee myself. Like he's not even shit, and he's just such a heavy hitter already. So Yeah, that guy was great. Stuff like that's amazing.
I absolutely love, like, you know, when you watch someone and, yeah, like you said, a minute in, you just kind of look at them and you just know they're going to say something funny. You don't even have to, like, hear the joke. You just know they're going to drop that line that's going to get you. I absolutely love, I mean, that's the kind of humor I feel that resonates with me. But there's so many different types of humor. And something else about Cobra Kai, like, they really touch on different types of humor. You know, you got that bully, the bully archetypes that you see. That actually is quite funny to watch. And then you get like the self-deprecating kind of stuff with Dimitri. You get obviously the savage anti-PC kind of stuff with Johnny, and just generally, there's so much types of humor.
It is, yeah. I mean, no, I was gonna say that, like, thinking back to movies too, like Harold and Kumar was a great one. And that's kind of those guys.
Oh, dude. Yeah, the big. I mean,
team essentially.
Yeah, I think. Which one do you like the most? And the Harold and Kumar. That's actually on my. That's something I put on my list. I completely neglected that because that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think like. Yeah, going. Yeah. I have a homie here who keeps whispering in my ear, White Castle. But I think, yeah, I mean, obviously, those are great. I think yeah, dude. Guantanamo Bay was crazy too. It's just they're all good. It's great that they just like push down so many borders, and like it was kind of time too. I think if you watch them now, maybe it wouldn't hit as hard because like, you know, our country's administration has changed and all. But at that time, it was like. It was great kind of picking apart things and having that break. But yeah, like I watched Shrek the other day and it like mind. I haven't watched it in years and I was like, this is crazy. There's a lot on here, a lot of stuff under the scenes, you know, like just underlying tones. But it's great. It's still good, but definitely just like kind of blows my mind.
Right. I think Shrek is still one of my favorite animations. Like the scenes with him, Shrek and Donkey, especially, I think in the first film, they're so funny. Like I think it's the second film. You know, when like Shrek wants everyone out of his like home, and then like he just loses it. I just find that scene hilarious, and just generally the chemistry with him and Donkey is you can't stop laughing at that. I think it's also Eddie Murphy, man. Him playing the Donkey, he does a great job with that. Honestly, dude, like I just hope Cobra Kai really just adds more and more with the humor because they do make it really funny, and I think it's great that we see all this type of humor throughout the show. And another question, actually. What comedic shows do you watch? Because we kind of touched on movies, but is there any shows you watch at the moment? Like sitcoms, perhaps?
As far as comedy stuff goes, I'm not sure. I'm not watching a lot of like TV comedy right now. Like, you know, that Tiffany Haddish thing is just kind of stand up, so it's a little different, even though it's episodic. But yeah, I end up watching weird stuff. I guess I just like not really watching like comedy TV shows. I watch like I watched like Chef's Table and like you know anime. So just weird documentaries about stuff. I don't know. I end up like spending my time kind of watching things off the beaten path, I guess. But I know there's like a lot of good stuff out there. But I end up referring to like sitcoms and stuff too. Like I don't know. It's like you got like the older sitcoms, like I don't know, like Seinfeld, Friends, The Office. Like that stuff's great. I'm not a huge fan. Like I don't know all the crazy like small details that you would like a Friends themed trivia night at the bar, but like they are great. It's fun to watch, you know.
Right. You know what's crazy is I don't think I've never really watched The Office, and I've heard so many great things about it. I mean, I've watched
the UK one, right? There's like a
yeah. I think there is. I don't know if they're related or they're kind of copying each other, but I think. Yeah, I think there is one in the UK as well. I mean, I was a big fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You probably watched that.
Yeah.
There's some other good shows as well in the UK. Just trying to think, like.
Have you know what show I think is funny? This might be a little weird. Is that show? And I think it's themed. It's like placed in the UK, but it's a Netflix original, and it's called Sex Ed or maybe Sex Education or something like that.
Oh, is that the one with Jack Whitehall?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a bunch of like teenagers, and they're at a high school, and one of the kids' mom is like a sex therapist.
That's given. Actually, I don't think that's not what I'm thinking. I don't think I've seen that. Have heard of it though.
It's great. I think it's a great show. I think it's good. I think it's super healthy. I think I wish I had a show like that when I was like 15. Like just to bounce off my adolescence, but at the same time, like they're hilarious. Like the characters are hilarious in that show, and so it's fun to watch because there's so much heavy content, and they break it up really artistically with comedy. So stuff like that, I think, is great. It's a good balance. Like you don't have to be laughing the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I think we'll get on to some questions now. Like I feel like a lot of people in the stream want to get to some stuff. First of all, a big shout out to Team Hawk for the super chat. They said amazing performance in that scene, Bo. They absolutely loved Brucks in that scene, of course.
Team Hawk, they needed some ammo. They got me. Yeah. That's great, dude. That's amazing.
Man, I really do hope I have a theory that I just hope we see Brucks kind of come back into it and wants like to take up karate, but like maybe he's not part of. Obviously, he won't be part of Cobra Kai, but he'll be part of like the other factions, perhaps. So that would be quite funny.
Yeah. No telling what could happen. I know I was making jokes about stuff because I don't know. We were just talking, and the directors and the writers, and I was like, it'd be funny if Brucks came back with a cleft lip as karma. Like if he got bad, is that he ended up having to get surgery. He has a cleft lip now. So we'll see. That'd be funny. That'd be a funny thing to write in, but no telling, dude.
Can you imagine just like Brucks comes back and he's got like the Infinity Stones and then Gauntlet? He's like, Hawk, you know what? I'm gonna snap you away. That's it.
Fun. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I think we've got we got a viewer who wants to ask you a question. All right, we'll get them on. Merchester, you are live, bro. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well, thanks.
What's up, man?
Merchester, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. How are you?
Good.
What's your question for Bo?
If your character was to return, would you like to see him get revenge on Hawk?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it would be really interesting to see. I think that would take a long time because Hawk has been doing karate for a lot longer. So I don't know. That would definitely be a great pairing maybe in the future if we were at some sort of tournament or something maybe, or it would be it would maybe just be cool to see them also maybe have another battle and not really get revenge but also just kind of squash the beef, maybe no one really wins, or maybe even Hawk wins again because he's like superior to Brucks' ability to fight, and so maybe they just kind of squash the beef or something. That'd be really cool. But I don't know where this could go. It's crazy, but yeah, definitely fun to think about.
All right, that was a good question, Merchester. Thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. All right, sweet. I think we got someone else waiting. Aaron, you're live, man. What's up?
Hi, how you guys doing?
Hey, Ron. What's up?
What's your question
good.
for Bo?
What was like the most fun scene to film?
The funnest scene to film is Well, the scene in season 3 was super fun, but I think that the funnest scene was probably back in season 1. We did that big cafeteria fight. I talked about it a bunch, but yeah, loved shooting that scene and everyone working together. It's so great.
Awesome. That's a good question, Aaron.
Yeah,
Thanks.
All right, take care.
yeah.
Okay. We've got a few more people. Vitor. Vitor, what's up, man?
Yeah, this is crazy. Hey, hi.
How's it going?
All right.
Good to see you again.
Yeah. So I was kind of thinking of a question right now, and I was wondering if there was ever a new dojo, not in between, Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do or the new Miyagi Fang or whatever. Do you think Brucks would join any type of dojo in the Valley for revenge or for just trying it out?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think at this point, he's either going to be like scared into never wanting to fight anyone again, or yeah, he's going to probably want revenge and then want to go and join up and fight, and know that all right, karate's probably the only way to learn how to do this. So yeah, I could see him joining some sort of a dojo possibly if he does want to fight again. So we just have to see how that plays out. But yeah, it'd definitely be very interesting to see who he ends up fighting with. So
Yeah, I mean it'd be awesome to see you back in the show. So that'd be a cool way to put it in.
We need Brucks back.
For sure. Yeah,
thank you. That's big.
it's awesome talking to you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
you too, man. Thanks for coming on. Pleasure having you on. And that was a great question for Bo.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
take care, man. All right, I think we'll take a few more. Is this George?
Hey there.
You're live. What's up, man?
Hello. Hi, Bo Mitchell. I like you in the
Sure.
show. Um,
Hey.
not a good English speaker, but what was your favorite
Yeah, you're
scene in
good,
the
bro.
show? Favorite scene in the show?
Favorite scene
just-
of the show, and that's a good question too because we had similar but different. Yeah, the favorite scenes I think is we were talking about it earlier. I think that fight scene into this season 3 was just absolutely amazing, and also as well, fighting is great, but then you get into the character development, as that change of heart. So that is super cool. So I think that's a great
And
scene
you?
also there.
And you? For Cobra Kai Nation, just to ask.
Oh, for me, damn, I'm going to answer that. I mean, I like so much from the show.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene is, seeing Brucks getting beaten heavily. That's kidding. I would probably say mine is just generally the finale. I think the bit when Daniel does like the pressure points, that was quite insane. So I'd probably say that, man. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't ready for that. I just needed time to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a great question. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Bye.
Yeah, Jordan. Have a good one.
All right, we'll take a few more. 888 what's good?
I want to ask a question: how it was to play the fight with Hawk?
Yeah, it was great, dude. Your headphones are awesome, by the way. That's amazing. They're like
They didn't light up.
They're huge. Yeah.
Bro, send me a pair.
Yeah.
Send me one.
They're amazing. To answer your question, the fight scene was cool, man. Like, it's really cool to get to work with all these people, and they're super nice, super talented behind the scenes, So not much like their characters at all, but yeah, it was great. It was great to be there and working with them, and then we're buddies. A lot of us are buddies, so it's cool to kind of get that reunion aspect, see friends again. What's up? But yeah, dude, it's great. I think that also too, everyone's like good at their job, like when everyone's doing their job right and they're working hard at it, it's like all comes out super well. So yeah, it was a good time all around.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
I think we got one more. I mean, if you make it quick, yeah. We've only got one other person in this thing, so yeah, you can ask.
You're gonna be in season 4?
Dude, I don't know too much about that. love it that you're pecking away at it though. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can't say much about season 4 right now. That's a good
yeah,
question.
Yeah, thanks, Triple
Yeah.
A, bro. Good to see you. And I might just call you Blue Headphones from now on. You got they're pretty cool, bro.
Thanks.
Oh, dude, that was hilarious. He tried. He tried. Oh, I love one comment in the stream, which is hilarious. Carl Bloomfield asked, "Can you ask him to say, all right, who's going down next?" That's
Dude,
right before Hawk goes, he's mine.
All right, who's going down next, dude? This is so funny. Oh, I didn't even know there's comments over here. Now that you said that, I literally just hit this tab.
Oh, I think for you, it says private chat, then comments, and you can kind of go through them, but you kind of can't see what's going on the screen. But I think you can.
No,
Can you see them now?
Yeah, this is absolutely amazing. You got a whole feed here of people. Yeah,
Right.
wow.
So many people asking. I think. Okay, we got one more in the stream. I think this will be our last one, because no one else has joined. But I will put the link in if anyone really wants to. Don't be shy, guys. Bo's friendly. He's not going to hurt you. Okay. Roberto S. You're live, bro. What's good?
Hello, how's it going?
Good, my man. Good, my man. What's the question?
My question is, how was auditioning for Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
Good
that's
question.
a great question. Yeah, it was cool. So the audition process is interesting now, but back then you could actually go into offices and tape with casting directors. But I actually didn't do that for this role. I was at my home in South Carolina, which is not where they do the casting. They do the casting in Los Angeles, California. So I was across the country. I wasn't able to easily get there, and I had a short turnaround. They needed it in like a day or two. So I actually just taped it on my phone, and I have a background set up kind of similar to Shamoon's background here. It's just like it's like a backdrop, like kind of a blanket or a tarp, and then set up a camera and some lights and just filmed it on my phone. And yeah, I had a fun time doing it. It was definitely a little shabby, to be honest. It wasn't my best ever. It was, like I said, it was very quick turnaround, but they loved it, I think. So I'm here now. But yeah, it was a fun process, and definitely off kilter or different from normal.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome, man. Thanks for joining the stream. That was a good question.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think there's no more, unless we got any questions in the chat. We got one. That's a great question. What are your predictions for season 4, if you've got any?
Yeah. Predictions for season 4, Bo. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think, man. Like, so you got a lot of opportunities here. Like, Robbie is definitely going to be training under Kreese. And that we saw at the end that Johnny and Daniel were training together, doing joint training with their dojos. So yeah, so this is me totally speculating. I have no, not calling out anything from personal knowledge or anything like that. Just speculation that maybe we'll see Johnny and LaRusso kind of get annoyed with each other teaching, doing joint operations. Maybe we'll see them get kind of maybe even, I don't know, have a little argument in front of their students, or maybe in a tussle. It would be absolutely hilarious if the entire dojo started fighting each other at once. This is just me speculating. I don't know. I think this funny things like that could happen. Probably won't, but yeah. And then I just feel like they're going to bring back some wild cards. They have so much to pull from the original franchise, so I'd definitely be looking out for that and see who could show up. I mean, we already know that Kreese is calling in some favors, and there's lots of other, yeah, there's lots of other former arch enemies of Daniel's that could pop out of nowhere. So yeah, man, I don't know. There's a lot that could happen, and they could always introduce some new, young blood or bring other characters back. So they have a lot from the deck.
Brucks has a little brother who just torments the valley.
Yeah, right.
Or twin brother.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a very good question. I don't know if you knew this, but Barrett Conahan, who played young Kreese in the flashbacks this season, he auditioned for the same role as you. Did you know this?
Yeah, I didn't know until recently. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I didn't know until recently. I think that what happened was when he auditioned, I think they had some issues internally. Maybe he had booked another role or something, but somehow they weren't able to kind of use him there. And so yeah, then that's kind of why the audition, I believe, was kind of last minute, because I think he had some complications or some issues or some other things come up, and he had to kind of pull out. And when he did, they had literally a week or so to find someone. And so yeah, then I appear. There you go. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely very interesting. So it's cool to kind of learn that. It's crazy, man. These the Cobra Kai fandom is wild. Yeah, I would hate to be like running from you guys if you guys were the government or something, and I was trying to run from you guys or something like that. Just y'all would find everyone like surrounding me. You would know everything about me. It's amazing. It's so cool at the same time, because y'all are just so the fandom's so dedicated. So that's rad that y'all dug up that type of information.
It's awesome. Like, well, I think Barrett, someone was asking him about, if he'd done any roles. I think it might have been another Cobra Kai creator. But I just think the fandom, like myself, we absolutely love knowing all these little things. And I think that's what brings everyone together, knowing like the little things. And then the fact you didn't know that probably was a nice surprise for you as well, because you didn't know it. So yeah, man. I mean, loads of people love your character. It's just generally the feedback that even the smaller characters get, it must feel great, because everyone is adored in this show. Tyler and Brucks you guys got a lot of fans. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I've been definitely getting a lot of people hit me up on Instagram, and shout out if you've hollered at me on Instagram. My DMs have exploded over the past few months with season 3 dropping. So it's been really hard to keep up, but just thanks to anyone out there who's stoked enough to want to kind of keep up with me and likes the character and all. It means a lot.
It's awesome, man. Honestly, this was so fun to do. Really appreciate you coming back on, and just awesome to speak to you again about your character. And man, I really hope we see you in the next season and down the line. Honestly, dude. Skinny dips and bong rips for sure.
Dude, yes, dude. I actually just got, dude. You know what? Here, hang on. Let me run away real quick. I got these things. I'm gonna send you one of these.
Okay.
Ow.
Getting a little gift by Bo. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, dude. I gotta send you this. You gotta message me your info, because I don't know how to get packages international. But send me your address. I gotta send you some of these. We made some merch.
Yo, that's so cool.
Yeah, dude. We made some hats, and we made some shirts and stuff too. So I'll send you some stuff. But yeah, this is so fun. Yeah, I had my buddies at this company I work with, Team Fun. We just were doing some gag gift ideas this year for Christmas, and I have a bunch left over. So yeah, to send you some. But yeah, skinny dips and bong rips, dude. That's so funny.
Man. Oh, dude. Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you again, man. And yeah, good luck with your company, your future endeavors, and I'll definitely see you down the line, my man, on another one of these or whatever.
Totally. Yeah, man. You have a good day. Thanks for hollering at me.
No worries, man. All right, guys. Thank you again for tuning in, to all of you with your questions, everyone in the stream participating. You guys are the best. Yeah, I will put the link send me your link for the your merch, the site, everything. Put it down in the description. You want to check that out. And yeah, honestly, again, fun to have Bo back on. And guys, I'm signing off now. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Yep.